Okay, so here we are, still Sunday, and this is a supplemental video that I'm doing for you guys. As I said, there were a couple things that I wanted to do on the Sunday video that I couldn't quite get to. But okay, just looking ahead to the Black Bears this weekend. I'm sorry, this coming weekend. They are traveling to Michigan for two games in Port Huron. Games are Friday night is 7:05 p.m. Saturday night is 6:05 p.m. Now, both games are going to be covered on Port Huron's YouTube channel, which is actually pretty good. I know, we talk about some of the teams' YouTube channels are, bleh, but Port Huron's is pretty good coverage. So I would definitely recommend tuning into that. I don't think there's going to be any kind of Wi-Fi issues or streaming issues or anything like that. So now the last time that the Black Bears went out there back in the end of November, right after Thanksgiving, we had a couple of 5-3 games. Friday we came out on top. Saturday we were up 3-2 in the second. 3 minutes left, and then I guess the Black Bears just decided to board the bus and leave Owen Liskovitz out, hang out to dry because Black Bears were outshot 30-3 in the last 23 minutes of the game, and then ended up losing 5-3. Couple of goals by Dalton J. But so hopefully this time out we can get 120 minutes worth of effort, 60 minutes Friday, 60 minutes Saturday, and have a much better result. All right, so there's that. News just came down from the FPHL. Matthew Boislard has been suspended one game for quote-unquote derogatory comments. I do not know what he said, nor do I really care to hear what he said. We'll just leave it at that. So he will not be dressing for Friday's game, but he would be available for Saturday. Now, news on some players we have on loan. I mentioned earlier about Jesse Anderson possibly being back because he's a member of the Macon Mayhem. Mayhem are not having a good season. They are currently mired in last place in the SPHL. Very last place, kind of almost not as bad as Delaware, but close. But anyway, Jeremy Fourier is not listed on the team roster at this time. Now, nothing was said about him being cut. There is no official transaction saying he was cut, but in 3 games that he appeared for the Mayhem, 129 total minutes, he posted an 826 save percentage and 558 GAA. Not ideal. So I'm not sure what his status is at this point. He's out there in limbo somewhere in internet land. The continuing saga of the Vermilion County Bobcats. Again, I talked about them last week because of the potential domino effect that it would have on rosters, not just for the Black Bears, but every team in the Fed and in the SPHL. The Bobcats today suspended their Facebook account. They were scheduled to play at 5 o'clock our time, 4 o'clock Central Time, against Quad City. There is no answer when you call the number for tickets. It just goes right to a voicemail. And I have had a couple people say that apparently the entire staff for the team is 4 people, including the owner. So not a good scenario, but that's all that we know right now. There hasn't even been an announcement on the SPHL page as far as the game being postponed or anything. So hopefully we'll find out in the next day or two a little bit more about what's going on, or more accurately, what's not going on. All right, last thing I want to cover, rumors came down, and now this is from Minor Pro Hockey, which some of you are subscribed to their Facebook page. There are rumors about the FPHL attempting to place a team in Trenton, New Jersey next year as a possible replacement club. Your guess is as good as mine, which the guess can pretty much be the Delaware Thunder being replaced because Don Kiernan has said he wants to make sure he has 12 teams playing next season. Now, if you take the current 10 we have, of course, you have additions in Baton Rouge and with Phil, Virginia for next year. And those two teams seem to be pretty well set, ready to go. But with the possibility of Delaware leaving the Fed at the end of the year and bolting to the new NEHL, if that happens or not, I don't know. But anyway, that is being explored at this point. There have been news previously about potentially a new franchise in Atlantic City with two ownership groups, actually now a third because I guess supposedly Barry Soskin threw his hat in the ring again. But that franchise would most likely not be ready until the 24-25 season. So they wouldn't be ready for this upcoming year. Atlantic City is trying to get funds for a new arena, but even if they played at the old Boardwalk Hall, that would be a suitable temporary facility. But it was built in, I think it was 1926, so it's an old barn, but still suitable. But anyway, interesting possibilities. Again, it's just rumors. Nothing set in concrete at this point. There's not even anything really that you can find on the web anywhere, even in the crevices of the dark web at this point, as far as whether there is any traction to this or not. So it's a rumor. I'm saying it's a rumor. So don't, don't say, oh, but Gary said. All right. So that gets us caught up. We will have another report for you tomorrow. It will be a brief one, I'm sure, as not much tends to happen on Mondays in the Fed. There's some transaction news. If we come up with anything more, we get more information about George's injury, we'll let you know. So that's where we're at. I'm Gary Ryan. Thank you so much for tuning in, and make sure to hit like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can know every time I upload one of these neat little videos, as cheesy as they are. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch up with you mañana.